Hello and welcome to the channel. In case you're new here, this is usually a German channel, but I tend to do more and more videos in English. So yeah, today I welcome you to a video about the Thousand Suns kill team, the Warpcoven. The Warpcoven is basically a team which doesn't really come out of the box like other or most of the kill teams Games Workshop supplies with their own box with data cards and their specific tokens. For the Warpcoven of the Thousand Suns, you actually have to go and buy the stuff out of the normal Thousand Suns stocks. So this is a short guide of how not to spend an exaggerating amount of money on this, and I hope you find one or two useful tips here to build this team properly and doesn't give you a headache. So eventually it comes down to, if you're a casual player, you actually know what you want to play with demons or without demons. If you're a tournament player, and I come from a competitive 40k background, so I tend to want to have all the possible options, so Rubric Marines or the Sorcerer or the Zangors. And what we have to do in order to achieve that in the most cost-efficient way is what I'm going to show you right now. First of all, I want to take a look on the data sheets with you guys to get an idea of what kind of possibilities we have here. So first of all, the Warpcoven Killteam is a kill team of 6 operatives. So that means you have 6 different models, generally speaking. 3 of them are sorcerers, possibly. And we have I'm gonna go closer here. So you need, we already start with the high 1. So everything with the 1 here, with 4 stave psychic weapons on the data card and one of the following options. So Inferno Bolt Pistol, Prosperine Khopesh, or Warp Flame Pistol, of which eventually you only can include 1 Warp Flame Pistol and 1 Soul Reaper Cannon. So alone for the 3 sorcerers, you have a variety of options. So you need at least 1 sorcerer, and that one of them must be the leader. And it's really complicated because you can have different loadouts there, right? Eventually it will come down to magnetizing, as you see here. In case you're new to all the tabletop stuff, you can just buy the models and keep it as it is. For casual play, it doesn't really matter. For the Rubric Marines, you need to choose also either you have 2 Warp Flamers or 1 Soul Reaper Cannon and 1 Warp Flamer. You can also take none, so it's not mandatory to take those. You could perfectly take 1 Sorcerer and just 5 Rubric Marine Warriors. Because the Warriors, you can include more than 1. And because other than the Warrior and Gunner operatives, your kill team can only include each operative in this list once, okay? And you can have 2 Gunners. So you have to choose if you have either the Warp Flamer twice, or the Soul Reaper Cannon 1 and 1 Warp Flamer, or 1 Soul Reaper and no Flamer. So you can take 0, 1, or 2 of the Gunners, and then you have the Marine Icon Bearer and the Zangor Champion, the Zangor Hornbearer, the Icon Bearer, and the Zangor Warriors. Each Zangor only takes the space of half a Space Marine, so instead you could also perfectly play 1 Sorcerer and 9 Zangors, because instead of 5 Rubric Marine Warriors, you can take 9 Zangors. Could be 9 Zangor Warriors, so you could go all of them with blades, 5 of them with blades, 5 with a shield, 9 of them with a shield, 1 with a chainsword. Alone on the Zangors, you need 30 models to display it all, because you can take a maximum of 10 Zangor Warriors alone, without naming the Bearer, the Horn, the Icon, and the Champion. So if you want to play all of them, you actually need 33 models without magnetizing. The Icon you can magnetize, the Hornbearer most likely too. The Champion has a great axe. That's kind of hard to magnetize actually, because it's a 2-hand weapon. So as I said, you can play 1 Sorcerer and 10 Zangor models. Or you can just play 1 Sorcerer and 2 Marines, and still have 3 slots left, which makes 6 Zangors. So here you see already the endless possibilities. You could run that through ChatGPT, and I bet you're going to have several thousand options in this team. So you could play 100 games and always have a different loadout on this team without any problems. Anyway. So let's take a look now of how to buy them and how to properly prepare them. Yeah, and here we are. So, what have we learned? Generally speaking, you need those 2 boxes, right? Rubric Marines comes with the 1 sorcerer already available, and if you add the Exalted Sorcerer to the Rubric Marine box, you have the Rubric Marine Sorcerer, which is perfectly fine. You don't have to magnetize anything on him. And then for all the bits and jiggles, you should add actually the other box for the Zangors. We're going to talk about that later, right? So mandatory in general is the Rubric Marine box, which comes in Germany at $40, I think, euros. Not. And then we have the Exalted Sorcerers. Thing here with the Sorcerer, it's perfectly fine. He is on the 32mm base. The Exalted one here comes with 40mm. I think you will have to base that on a 32mm base, and without the disc, obviously. And all the bits you need, like the Khopesh and everything else, is not in the Rubric Marine box, it's in the Exalted Sorcerer box. So if you buy these 2 boxes, you have actually 4 Sorcerers, and you could, outgo magnetizing here. If you want to, you could also go a custom Thousand Suns character here about the Horus Heresy Ahriman, because he already comes on a 32mm box base, I think, and I do like the model more than the Chaos Ahriman. So you could actually live with the Azek Ahriman and just magnetize a Rubric Marine sorcerer. And then you have 2 sorcerers, and one of them is magnetized with the Warp Flame pistol, maybe. And then you could spare out the Exalted Sorcerer. But you would actually then maybe spare $10 and just have 2 models less. So if you want to go a bit more individual, maybe the extra character is for you. If you want to go straight forward and have everything you need without big amount of magnets used, then you go for the Exalted Sorcerer. So it's both an option. You could play really, really well, and none of your opponents is really gonna matter if you play with an Ahriman, or you could even go for an Infernal Master or whatever is the cheapest character model you can find. So, but make sure to then magnetize the Rubric Marine Sorcerer, and other than that, you could buy the Exalted Sorcerer. Simple as that. The big bonus this box comes with, you have all the bits you need, right? So you have the Khopesh, and you have maybe they're a bit fancier than the Rubric Marine Sorcerer, so that's also a thing. But keep an eye here that you might have to add one 32mm base, but generally speaking, you will have enough of them. So yeah, that's it. I went with Ahriman, and I'm going to build them all. But yeah, that's definitely an option. Yeah, so let's come to the Rubric Marines, and we're going to take a look at the box. So it's 10 miniatures here. You have 1 sorcerer, can use a maximum of 5 Rubric Marine warriors, right? So we are going up to 6 models used. Then you have maximum of 2 flamers, which goes up to 8. Then you have 1 Reaper cannon, which is 9, and 1 icon. You could even magnetize the icon, which brings you to 10. So perfectly fine, 10 Marines. So 1 box of miniatures and 1 single magnet for the icon will be plenty to play anything you need. As for the Zangors, it might be a bit more different. If you go on all different loadouts, you need a total of 33 Zangor models. So a bit more than the 10 miniatures in the Rubric Marine box. But how to buy them? Let's take a look. So we have the 3 times, so you could play 10 Zangor warriors, times 3 different loadouts. Then you have the Icon Bearer, the Horn Bearer, and the Champion, which makes a total of 33. The Champion is kind of hard to magnetize out of a normal Zangor because he has his weapon in 2 hands, so you would have to need to magnetize actually on the shoulders, which is possible but a bit sticky. For the Icon Bearer, you can actually also magnetize it with the same model where you go. I know maybe you want to have the Champion and the Icon Bearer, so you have to magnetize another one, or you're going to buy boxes enough to play all of the Zangors, and you can do that pretty easy. Either you go and buy 3 Zangor boxes if you really want to have it, which is a lot of money. If you want to spare like $15 on that adventure, 15 to $20 almost, you could buy the Age of Sigmar Acolytes, Zinj Acolytes, which come with shields only, I think, but it's $9 more, and you have 20 models. For Zangors in a box, you get only 10 models for $10 less. So you could buy 1 box of Zangors, 1 box of Acolytes, you have 30 buddies, and in those 2 boxes, you have actually enough bits to build all of the possible loadouts for the Zangors. So you spare 1 box of Zangors by paying $10 more. So eventually you spare $20 if you really want to have them all. And then you could either go and magnetize 3 of them for the icon bearer and for the champion, or you're going to buy 3 Zangor models on eBay, which could do that. Either it comes down eventually, if you want to play competitive on a tournament and you want to have every single possible loadout, rules changes could appear and you have everything you need, then you should go and buy it like this. So the minimum you need is Rurik Marines and Exalted Sorcerer. That's the absolute minimum I can recommend you. Or you go Rurik Marines and 1 custom character. From the Thousand Suns, you spare $10 at the cost of 2 models. You will have to magnetize 1 Sorcerer and then you are fine. So either Rurik Marines and Exalted, or Rurik Marines and 1 single character and you magnetize 1 of them. Sorcerers. As for the Zangors, as I said, you buy 1 box of Zangors, 1 box of Acolytes, and then you are totally fine if you magnetize 3 of them for the champion and Bira and Horn. And yeah, this is basically the summary. For maximum Marine loadouts, Marines and Exalted Sorcerers gives you 4 Sorcerers and all Marines, or as I said, 1 custom character and you spare the Sorcerers and magnetize it. And then you have, for maximum Zangor loadouts, 1 Zangor, which gives you 10 models, 1 Zinj Acolytes for 20 models, but with only shields and stuff. But you can use the 10 leftover Zangor bits, or 20 leftover bits from the Zangors to have all possible loadouts, and you have 30 models. And and you can magnetize 3 of them or just buy 3 singular. As for me, I'm a competitive 40k player. If I want to have a preparation for everything, I will gonna buy this 4 boxes. If I go for Rule of Cool, I would just play Marines and just buy 2 boxes of 1 of Exalted and 1 of Rurik Marines, and that would be it. But as I said, if you want to have everything and every possible, eventually Killteam is not that high of an invest like a Warhammer 40,000 army. But if you really want to have all of them, you're going to need to buy that. But I can just highly recommend you to buy the Zinj Acolytes, because you're going to spare at least $20, which could already be a single character, right? Almost. So there you could spare. And yeah, I hope this video was useful for you. I would be happy if you like and subscribe, comment in the section below. English is my second, almost third language, so I'm sorry for that. But I hope you liked the video and it was useful for you. Stay tuned for more English videos. Bye bye.